When you imagine Morrowind, what do you think? Do you feel a 20-year-old wave of nostalgia surge through your body as the universe guides you back to your younger, more hopeful soul? Do you hear the cacophony of silt striders and cliff racers fused into the best game soundtrack of all time? Can you feel Todd Howard standing behind you with a proud smirk on his face and an all-too-distant yearning for adventure resurging within yourself? Or do you imagine this? All of these realities are true and valid. Morrowind is both the land of awe-inspiring beauty and potato bugs and faces and, well, everything is kind of potato, but the dear Morrow boomers will scream commands at you to play their favorite game of all time. Many will listen and agree with them that Morrowind is a masterpiece, but so many others fail and quit their first playthrough when come face to face with the zero fatigue Iron Dagger and Mudcrab gameplay. A sad reality, to be sure. But the year is 2025. All hope is not lost. Oblivion Remastered has been released to a modern audience and has been met with uproarious success. Surely Microsoft will take the hint and remake the beloved third installment of the multi-million-dollar franchise, right? Well, probably not. For a lot of reasons, Morrowind would be incredibly difficult to remaster, and it would also not garner enough love and attention from the casual gamer to justify a full-scale remake like Oblivion. But don't fret. Morrowind Remastered is already here. Sort of. It's a fan-made mod pack called Morrowind Total Overhaul. My name is Sir Schmib. I hope you are having a wonderful day. So without much ado, let's get into things. Morrowind has been out for 23 years. That is a lot of time to make mods. Most Elder Scrolls fans will have heard of the massive project called Tamriel Rebuilt, which aspires to add the rest of mainland Morrowind to the game. But outside of that project, Morrowind's modding community seems to be slept on by the Elder Scrolls community as a whole. People are all too familiar with Skyrim's massive mod library and Oblivion's albeit smaller but more dedicated fanbase. I personally had no idea how much content was available for Morrowind in the form of mods, even though I personally play multiple characters on every test game yearly. Being an Elder Scrolls fan, I was absolutely blown away after deciding to give this mod pack a try. I went into things with a lot of doubts. For one, mod packs can be difficult to install, a fear which didn't even surface with how easy this was to install, so stick around for that at the end. Second, I also prefer to preserve lore-friendly themes in my playthroughs, and many mods can feel out of place in test games, so I'm typically against mass installing a bunch at once instead of personally modding the game. Third, I was a bit of a Morrowind purist. I've always felt that the game is best when experienced at its vanilla state, especially for new players, but not anymore. Morrowind Total Overhaul lives up to its name. The game feels completely different in all the best ways, and absolutely unchanged in all of the ways that you'd hope. The mods included totally transform the base experience of the game into something much more enjoyable than its original state. Similarly to the Oblivion remaster, the mod pack vastly improves graphics and animations, and also modernizes dozens of mechanics in favor of quality of life. A few examples being standard movement no longer drains stamina, so you don't have to micromanage the damn green bar as much when you just want to run around and explore. This makes the early game, and let me emphasize that, the early game much more enjoyable for new players who haven't mastered the system just yet. Teleportation mechanics are now expanded so that the recall spell can now bring you to more than one location depending on your mysticism skill. This allows access to what feels like fast travel-like gameplay while preserving the original feel of the game. You still have to think about how to get to places, but it's much easier to return home and turn in quests. Smaller things like new storage compartments inside of your inventory make the old clunky UI much more manageable as well. Most notably though, leveling is completely overhauled. The original system of deciding where your attributes are placed on level up is no longer a thing. Your attributes will now level dynamically with you as their corresponding skills level up real time. You no longer have to min-max skills at traders just to get the most benefit from leveling. You no longer have to worry about your starting skills and whether or not you should remake your character because something annoying like picking athletics as a major is ruining your progression. You can now simply choose the skills you actually want to use, and everything will fall into place with gameplay. This is very similar to the overhauled Oblivion Remastered, and as a longtime player, this change feels like a huge weight off my shoulders when starting a new playthrough. I can tell that the new players will have a much more smooth transition with this change when compared to the older system. I can go on and on here for so long, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm sure you get the picture. Morrowind is now much more player friendly. I will point out here though that there is still some clunk. This mod pack does not remove the controversial dice roll systems in the game. So yes, some of your attacks won't land even if you see them connect. Changing this though would totally unbalance the game. But luckily, getting used to mechanics like this is much easier with all of the new quality of life features I've already mentioned, especially the no fatigue drain. It's genuinely a lifesaver. Now, you've probably heard from countless people how amazing Morrowind roleplay is, and I can personally claim that Morrowind is one of the best roleplaying experiences of all time. Even modern titles that have completely overhauled what people even thought possible back when Morrowind was first developed struggled to put you into the shoes of your character, as well as the questlines of Morrowind do. Every character archetype has multiple guild and religious questline options depending on their beliefs. Strength characters have the Fighters Guild or House Redoran. Stealth characters have the Thieves Guild or House Halalu. Pious characters have the Imperial Cult or the Dunmer Temple. You get how it goes. With so many options, you can curate a truly unique character like no other game. And that's not to mention the dozens of extra quests and guilds included within the mod pack. My personal recommendation is House Telvanni. With Total Overhaul, the house has dozens of extra hours of content, from visiting the Telvanni capital in the east with Tamriel rebuilt, to choosing how to consolidate power and expand as Archmage of the Guild. I mean, nothing beats donning your Telvanni robes, struggling through the ranks as you perform magical experiments and improve your spellcasting, squashing slave rebellions, growing your own mushroom tower, and eventually your own Telvanni empire. The Morrowind community has perfectly zoned in on the best aspects of this game. The modders understand what makes Morrowind so enjoyable, as well as its shortcomings. This is why I can claim that this mod pack may as well be a remaster. The mods included bolster the best part of the game, such as exploration, quests, and the aforementioned roleplay opportunities, and they simultaneously alleviate the archaic annoyances like bugs, graphics, and combat shortcomings. I mean, here is a short list of what the Oblivion Remaster added to the game compared to what the mod pack improves. If you appreciated that overhaul, you're sure to enjoy this one as well. Now, I can go on about all the improvements for ages and try to convince you to play this game, but honestly, I think it's best to experience them firsthand while playing. So I'll try to wrap things up here without spoiling too many of the surprises by just listing a few of my favorite additions to look forward to in your playthrough. One is tavern music, fantastic. Hundreds of new locations and quest lines. And let me tell you this one, absolute graphical magnificence. It's just amazing. There is an improved third-person camera. Makes traveling much more fun. You get to see your guy. There are beautiful new weapons, armor, and clothing options, and incredible sound overhauls that you'll kind of notice if you're a long-time player. I mean, this mod pack is definitely worth a try, and if you're like me, it will completely transform the way you look at this classic. Before I go though, I want to mention once more how easy this mod pack is to install. If you're worried about it, don't be. I'll link the video I followed to download the pack below in the description. Just make sure that you leave a lot of time for the pack to install. It's genuinely huge. With that, I'll be off. I hope you enjoyed this short video and take my advice. Just try it out. I promise you won't regret it. If you'd like to support my currently very small channel, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This video is a little different from what I want to normally be posting, but I thought I might as well try to get this information out there so as many people can hear about this as possible. I'd love to hear from you, so please leave a comment and let me know how my video looks, sounds, whatever. And I will be making more video essays like this in the future. I wish you all a beautiful day. Until next time.